Hello, hello. I'll be with you in just a moment. Thank you for popping in tonight. If you are watching this on replay, be sure to say hello. Let us know that you were here. And as always, if you have any questions about anything I do, feel free to ask your questions. You can pop them right into the comments and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Okay. We're almost ready to go here. I'm just making sure that my cameras are set up correctly and my computer's working well. There's a lot of bells and whistles that happen before you actually see me go live. So be sure to stop and say hello as soon as you get here. Let me know that everything's working properly. So tonight we're going to do an inking project, and as you can see I have a transfer here. This is called Feels Like Home. Let me just double check the name of this. Feels Like Home. It's from our Farm Charm collection, which means there are a lot of things that will coordinate with the transfer that we're using. So you're going to want to check those out on my website later on. But if you are ready, I'm going to switch my camera just a little bit, and that way you can say hello to me and I can see you guys too. And I can't see you, I can just see your comments. So welcome everybody. If you haven't met me before, my name is Susan Tapley and I'm an independent designer with Chalk Couture from Massachusetts. So I have customers all over the country and people that follow me, and I always like to see what kind of projects I've got going on. So I do always welcome you guys to ask if there's a certain transfer that you'd like to see me use or a surface. Just let me know. I love getting your suggestions, and I'm always asking for them too while I'm working too. So keep that in mind. If there's anything you'd like to see, let me know. But if you are ready, we're going to get started on this project. Again, this is our Feels Like Home transfer, and I'm going to be using inks tonight, which is really not that much different than using chalks. The biggest difference is you don't want to get any on your fingers and then touch your fabrics with it, because you are not going to be able to get it off. Very hard to get it off if you do. Our inks can be used on fabrics, and I'll show you how we can heat set that later. I'll tell you anyway. It can also be used on things like coffee mugs and plates, and they're not really safe to eat off of after you've put these on a plate, but you can absolutely put them around the outside edges of your coffee cups and bowls and wash them just as you would any other dish. So tonight we're going to be using black ink, and we're also going to be using papaya. I know, it looks like Halloween colors, but wait till you see. Wait till you see. So this is a dish towel set that I have. It came with a dish towel. I'm going to be able to talk tonight, right? And a pot holder. So I'm going to take them apart so we can look at them a little bit closer. You don't need to pre-wash anything that you're inking. It's not important to do that. But one thing that I am going to point out about this collection in particular is that this side of the pot holder has some like rubber gripping on the back of it. So obviously we're going to be inking on the other side, but we might want to heat set them just a little bit differently. So here we go with our dish towel. So what you're going to do is you're going to obviously put your transfer on top of the towel, but what we like to do is stabilize it with a ink mat. And this is what our ink mats look like. They're very large, much larger than this, and they're made so that you can even put a really big t-shirt or something over it, and it'll protect the back side of your t-shirt from getting inked through the front to the back. Does that make sense? Keeps it from bleeding through to the other side. So we're just going to spread this out on our cutting mat. It's not a cutting mat. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? On our ink mat, get it nice and straight. Sometimes having stripes on your surface is handy, and this could be one of those times. So I'm just going to rub this down. The mat is sticky, so it's going to hold everything nice and tight and in place while we're inking it. So once we've got that down nice and steady, we're going to get that transfer out. And just like I do when I'm doing a chalking project, I am going to write on the back of this. And I'm going to write Feels Like Home on the back. And the reason that I write in the back are a couple different reasons. First of all, our transfers are reusable. So after you've used this, you're going to take it into your sink and run it under lukewarm water. We have something called board erasers, which are these little white discs. This one's really been used a few times. It's kind of dirty. You're going to clean your transfer with this. It's kind of like a magic eraser, but there are no chemicals in it, so it's not harmful for your transfers or your skin. So these are wonderful. They're very inexpensive too. So you can use these to clean your transfers with. You can also use them to clean surfaces like chalkboards and anything that's non-porous. It works really, really well. So this is our board eraser. So after you've washed it, you're going to dry the transfer sticky side up, and you're going to replace it back on this white carrier sheet. So the side that I wrote on has a matte finish, and the side that the transfer is actually stuck to is very, very slippery. Our transfers are super, super sticky, and if you attach it to the matte side of the paper, it's really hard to get it off sometimes. So writing on the back reminds me to not stick it back there, but to stick it on the slick side instead. It's also really helpful if you're working with a lot of different transfers so that you know which transfer goes on which carrier sheet. Hello, Miss Annie. Welcome, welcome. Annie has done some inking with me, so she's no stranger. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a nice place for this right in the middle of my dish towel or tea towel, whatever you want to call it. I like this one especially because my daughter has chickens at her house, so maybe I'll give it to her. Are you watching tonight, Katie? So yeah, she's got 6 chickens in her hen house, and oh my gosh, she was telling me a story today about how she calls them her girls. The girls are fighting over the nesting boxes. She said one was in there taking her time laying her egg, and the other one was like freaking out because she wanted her turn in the box, and this other one was just taking her time, taking her sweet time laying her egg. So she's trying to figure out if she can expand her nesting box area in her coop, which is pretty small. All right, so we've got this down. I have gone over it with a squeegee to make sure it's nice and tight. If I was working on another surface such as a chalkboard or window, metal, glass, anything really, really smooth, I would have done something called fuzzing. And what that does is it grabs a little bit of lint from a towel or a t-shirt or something to soften the adhesive on the back side of this, so it doesn't stick quite so tight. But because we're working on fabric, I never ever want to do that. All right, so before I get started with ink, I want to make sure that I have some wipes handy. Baby wipes are fine, disinfectant wipes are fine, whatever you got, just keep them around because you want to keep checking your hands. I tend to get ink on myself. I just can't help it. So I always keep one of these close by. Not that, but this. Okay, I'm getting a real spaz tonight. My gosh. All right, so I've got my black ink and my papaya. So my plan is to do the chicken in the papaya color, because guess what? She's got some rusty red colored chickens, and the rest of this I'm going to do in black. Should be a really, really quick project. You ready? All right, I think I'll start at the top with the chicken. Can't really tell if that's a rooster or a hen. Doesn't appear to have a really big waddle anyway. So I'm going to make sure that I keep my ink offside. I don't want to put anywhere near my fabric, and I'm going to be using 2 squeegees, 1 for each color, and these are our mini squeegees. So here we go. I'm just going to scoop some of this papaya. And this, you guys, the ink is really beautiful because you really don't ever have to stir it unless you see that it looks like it's separating. But it's nice and creamy, and it goes on super, super easy. Just kind of roll over it with your squeegee. I always recommend that you go in one direction. Don't go up and down and back and forth, but one or the other. Usually up and down is the best way. I have to get in kind of a tight spot here, so I'm going to have to break my own rule and go side to side just a little bit. Just a little bit where these feet are. Chicken feet. So another cool thing about our ink is that it doesn't dry as fast as chalk does. So you got a little bit more playing time with it. You don't want to press too hard on here, or you can cause a bleed underneath your transfer. So just nice and gentle. Get the transfer all covered and squeegee off your excess, and you are good to go. And because I'm working with inks, I don't need to even do paste and peel method with this because it should be just fine without pulling it up right away. Let's see if I can get a little bowl to put this in. Put that over there, and we'll go in with our black. What's new with you, Miss Annie? What'd you do today? Okay, so here we go. We're going to scoop some of that black and go on over the words here. This is so simple to do, you guys. You can do this on t-shirts and, oh my gosh, denim jackets, so cute. Onesies for babies, aprons, pillowcases, what else? Any kind of fabric things. I think I've done quite a few t-shirts with you. And probably a couple dish towels too. Let's see a little white spot that doesn't want to get covered there. So I'm just taking my time and spreading this ink all over. Just work. No fun. No fun. Well, I gotta say, most people can't really say this, but I really do love my job. I get to hang out with cool people, and I get to be creative, and I don't know, it's always just been something I've loved doing, and I also love teaching other people how to use chalk products and do other fun projects in my workshop. So I have a good job. All right, it is covered. And we're gonna peel this up. Put that plate there and see how it looks. You ready? I'm gonna zoom in so you can see it up close. There we go. All right, here we go. See? Ink on my fingers. I gotta be careful. Peel and reveal. I'm going to lay this down for a second because I see one spot that doesn't look like it covered well. So it's always good to do this pretty slowly. Keep that squeegee handy. That's better. So, a little spot on the L. Just laying it back down and covering it again. It's kind of a funny texture on the fabric, which is probably why it's doing that. There we go. Super cute. Super cute. Oh, Annie, thank you so much. I'm so glad you like it. I love hanging out with you guys there. All right, what do you think? It's pretty sweet, huh? Let me zoom you back out just a little bit. I'm going to dry this for a moment. And I'm using my heat tool tonight. We now have branded Chalk Couture heat tools, sort of like this. It doesn't get quite as hot though. This is going to actually take a little bit longer to dry than our chalk paste. So what I'll probably do is let it sit overnight. And then tomorrow I'll heat set it, and I'll tell you how to do that in just a moment. Thanks, Annie. No, another thing I could have done with this, I could have just done a row of chickens going all the way across one of these lines. That would have looked cute too. So what I'm going to do with this, like I said, I'm going to let it dry overnight, and tomorrow I will put it on my ironing board and put a piece of parchment paper on top of it. Heat up the oven. Don't put it in the oven. Heat up your my iron to about 400 degrees and do 4 minutes on each side with the parchment paper. If you don't have parchment paper, use a piece of computer paper. That works fine too. But just keep moving your iron around on this for 4 minutes on the front, then flip it over and do the same thing on the back side. It takes a little time, but it's really worth the effort. Really, really sweet. And you can wash and dry these just as you would any normal dish towel. Pretty fun. So if you are doing this with a heat press, and I know some of you guys have them, I don't have one at the moment, but if you are using a heat press, I would maybe turn the heat down a little bit and check it a lot more often. It doesn't take very long to heat set with a heat press, but a couple of times I have heard people say that their ink peeled off using a heat press. So I'm wondering if the heat is just a little bit too intense. So here is our cute little dish towel, and I think we should make a matching pot holder. What do you think? I'm going to put this back here for now. So cute. So last night we did a cutting board, so we got our whole kitchen theme going on here this week. I didn't intend for that, but it happened. I think I'm going to cut this little tag off the back because we don't need that, right? Let's see. Let's do it without cutting through the pot holder. There, I can't even tell. So I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like there's, it looks like glue or something on the back here. It looks like a stripes of hot glue or something, and I'm sure that's not what it is. But I'm not going to chalk that part. I'm just going to put it back here and put that down. And I know that it's not going to bleed all the way through this padded surface, but the mat will hold it still too, so it doesn't wiggle around. All right, so I'm going to use the same transfer. We're just going to make a nice cute matching set, and this will be done in exactly the same way as the other one was. Pop that down right about there. And I'm going to use my little thing here, wipe. Yeah, that's not going to work. It's not making it stick. I'm going to push this down with my finger, then I'm going to wipe it off really, really well. This is quilted, so I don't know how this is going to come out. It might not, so it's always good if I do it first and then you guys know you shouldn't do that, or it's okay to do that. We'll see. Okay? All right, let's clean my fingers up a little bit. Hello, Miss Cindy. How are you? We just made the cutest little dish towel. I'll show you what it looks like. I like the little fringes on there too. So there's our little dish towel. Now we're going to attempt to make a pot holder to match. So hopefully this will go well. I'm not quite sure how this quilted fabric is going to work, so it might be a train wreck. And you'll be there to witness it, right? All right, so let's scoop a little bit of this. We're using papaya and black ink tonight. We'll see how it goes. If it doesn't work, oh well. Oh well. I am pushing a little bit firmer, not harder, but firmer. And hopefully it'll go in that little quilted area well. I'm a little nervous about this one. Where's my black? Oh, thank you. Have faith, okay? I'm glad you have faith in me. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, my daughter won't even care if it's not perfect, so it's all right. It'll look cute in your kitchen though. Kids can use it for something. Play-Doh baking, right? So you are going to wash this off under the water, the transfer that is, the same way that you would a chalked piece. Just use your board eraser in lukewarm water. The ink may stain your transfer, but guess what? You can still use it. It doesn't matter if it's stained at all. It still works just as well. I'm really getting scared about pulling this. I'm glad you guys have faith in me. Yikes. All right. Here we go. Peel and reveal. You want to see that up close and personal, right? All right, here we go. Say a little prayer. Da, da, da. Chicken. Not bad. Oh, I gotta fix it right there. I can see it already. Right here at the top of the L, or the whatever that is. Got it. Feels like, oh, I got a little bleed. Home. Guys, you know what? It's not too bad. I can fix that. I'm going to grab a paintbrush. Hold on. Okay, so I've got a weird little bleed right here in the E. It actually doesn't look that bad. I'm just going to kind of blend it a little bit with a paintbrush. Make it look like we did that on purpose, right? Yeah, that's okay. I'll fix right here too. I'm going to just keep fixing this whole thing. You wait. It's not that bad. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. I think it's fine. It did come out okay. So quilted is not the easiest thing to chalk on, or ink on, I should say. But the dish towel was a dream. Wonderful. So let me zoom back out for a second. Let me put these all together and see them together. It's going to be a pretty quick one tonight, but I hope you guys have the opportunity to try playing with ink. It's so much fun. We have a new transfer I have not used yet that I cannot wait to try. It's actually a large pair of wings, like angel wings, and it makes me think of the show The Walking Dead. How many of you guys watched The Walking Dead? You guys watched that? I shamefully became addicted to it a couple years back, and I still watch it. I don't really like this season very much, but anyway, there's a character named Daryl on The Walking Dead who's definitely like one of the heroes in the show, and he wears I don't know if it's a leather jacket or a jean jacket, but it's got wings on the back, and it makes me think of him. And lots of people use the wings for memorials, but I've always thought it would look really cute to do the wings on a denim jacket. I think that would look pretty cool. So I hope you enjoyed this project tonight. It was really fun. If you're just popping in now, be sure to watch the replay so you can see how much fun it is to use our Couture inks and squeegees. If you like this project, I don't sell dish towels and pot holders, but you can get those anywhere. But I did put a cart link in there so that you can pick up the transfer, you can get the inks, you can get the squeegees, you can even get a mat. If you go in there and you go, oh my gosh, I've already got that color ink, just take it out, knock it out of your cart, and get whatever you need to do a project like this. This one looks so cute on an apron too. Oh my gosh. So check it out on my website, and be sure to add a catalog while you're in there if you don't have one already, because it's like having your JCPenney wish book when you were a kid and you can circle all the things that you like. Anyhow, that's what I have for you tonight. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments and I'll get back to you. If you are not a member of my VIP group yet, be sure to put VIP in the comments. And if you are interested in getting an awesome job like I have, getting paid to create, let me know about that too. Just put join in the comments and I will see that you get some information. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you again probably tomorrow night. Have a good night. Bye-bye.